Duck, duck, go. Found a pussy in a dollar bin. Guess you forgot your galana bin. Can't get loose, get your guts, got your tongue again. Rope burn on your hand, are you numb yet? I can go and get medication. Late at night, I can deal with everything. Every night, I can make it illegal. And everything, that's what you do. Stood by your side through all of the lies, watching you cry for me. Get on your knees, apologize please. Now why don't you die for me? Tell me the king, ruler of things. Give me that diamond ring. Get on your knees, apologize please. Now why don't you die for me? I can go, but you get medication. Late at night, I can deal with everything. Every night, I can make it illegal. And everything, that's what you do. you were right this time, you were right this time. Take a look around, look what you did last night. What you did last night, never heard a sound. Yeah, I know that you told me one day you'd show that you were right this time, you were right this time. Oh no, now the truth comes out and I know that you warned me about it. Shallow, you were only ever in for yourself, yeah, in for yourself. Oh great, fantastic, you mastered it all. Lie like you plastic, they got it so long. Over your antics, you scared me out. I hope that you're happy now. Yeah, you were right this time, you were right this time. Take a look around, look what you did last night. What you did last night, never heard a sound. Yeah, I know that you told me one day.
Thanks, he is the hero. Yevney, oh dear, showing the back to Ambition. Oh no, he received a shot, now he's a one shot. Oh dear, Yevney, can he survive? It's the $1 million question now, can he survive? He race. Oh my god, oh no, he found a monster, he found, oh no.
Good evening everyone, we are back with the Winter Season Championship upper and lower bracket second round on the EU server. So, Winter Season Championship format is as follows. Once again, all games except the bracket finals and the grand finals are the best of 5 series. That is, whichever team wins the first 3 matches will win the fixture. The format is a double elimination knockout stage, so if your team loses 2 fixtures in the Winter Season Championship, then you're eliminated from this tournament. The tournament is seeded by the leaderboard ranking in previous skill tournaments, and that information can be found on my server. Just scroll up if you dare, if you are too lazy. No, if you have no time to use. I mean, if you have time to spare, then just go to my server. Scroll up. The announcements channel, you will find the final leaderboard ranking. Or if you want to be lazy, go to the Wargaming's website and click on Hall of Fame clans, and you will see how it is seeded. It's also seeded via the strongest weakest principle, so technically the 7th and the 8th place will be knocked out on the first day, and today it will be the 5th and the 6th place technically. We all know that the 7th and the 7th placing team is still in the tournament, and then we also have I think it is, if I could gather my thoughts, I forgot which team. The 3rd ranking team was also knocked out on Tuesday. So yes, it might be seeded by the strongest weakest principle, but it's not a certainty. So monetary prizes. The first placing team will get $2,500 $. Second place, $1,500. Third place, $1,000. Fourth place, $600 and 56th place, $350. Both Turks and also Immortals got away. Took $200 for the prize pool, monetary prizes, and I hope they're going to spend these $200 wisely. Lower bracket second round, we're going with the upper bracket second round first, with Winter, Mononovka, My Ruins, and finally New Bay potentially as the tiebreaker map. Lower bracket second round, we will start off with Port Bay, Fort Despair, and tiebreaker map would be Desert Sands. Do note that a lot of these maps are quite heavy oriented, so clans who particularly excel in heavy setup or a more defensive setup, tonight might be the night for them. So we will see whether the clans we're following tonight will benefit from this map pool. I have yet to change, I'm sorry about that, but today we are seeing the upper and lower bracket second round, and tomorrow lower bracket third round. However, the upper bracket and lower bracket finals and the grand finals are held as written on the stream. The reason why the lower and the upper bracket second round is held tonight is because of the update yesterday as a precautionary measure, such that Wargaming has enough time to fix lag issues or bug or some glitches in the game before the commencement of the tournament. And it was initiated because the update hasn't arrived minutes before the start of the Asia tournament. So the Winter Season Championship on the Asia server, that's why they are moving the dates by 1 day later for all for tonight's games and also lower bracket third round. The upper bracket second round will be held at 8 o'clock and in the Central European time, and the lower bracket second round 9 minutes to 9. End game, we're going with Nicolade as the captain of the team. We also have Shocklade, Carolade, Radicoso, Whoopsie, Orca, Winchellade, Last AFK, Object 3, and Toby180 originally from Raid. I mean, we all know him well. I think he is one of the callers or leaders in the Raids team. So Raid didn't live up to their expectations. And it has caused a rift in the team, which resulted in 3 departures there. I'm very, very sad to see, but it is what it is. But we have Toby180 potentially adding a lot of depth to the current Endgames team. Going to load up more info about Endgame. This is the clan which has been around for quite some time, and they have been really, really competent in the competitive scene. They have won the 2020 autumn season, and they are here tonight to defend that. The main nationalities in Endgame are French and Polish, but they also have Russian, English, and German players. Endgame also won the the online Twister Cup for the EU server back in 2019, and their average age is around 19 to 20 years old, but they knew one another for quite some time already, and their expectations definitely would be the first place. Any position other than the first place would be considered a failure for Endgame, in their opinion. This is not coming from me. This is coming from the person I asked in Endgame about the captain, I mean. And very interestingly, they haven't trained for the winter season. They are using the previous skill tournaments as a training ground for this winter season championship. So for them to do really, really well so far this season is quite an achievement, actually, I must say. Serenity, on the other hand, I'm sorry if I butcher your name. I should have asked earlier, but we have that Silvinio, Lego. I'm just going to use Lego. Linune. I don't know if it's called Linune in French for the last part, but I will call you Lego for now. The Phoenix. Okay, sorry, it's just the game audio when you load into the game, it's really, really loud, which I think Wargaming needs to fix actually in the next update. Adamantly is also in the team. I call you Tritun, something like that. Tritun, Nune also here. Platinum, Brokey, Demoniac, and Spitfires. And Serenity is a team consisting of members from Elements and also FBI in general. And this clan is pretty new, so they don't really have any history yet. But right, so quite interestingly, if you're on the Serenity server, both Lego and also the Silver are always in the voice chat. So if you want to join their server, do take a look at the voice channel. They are always there. FBI, in their opinion, is in their minds is kind of a troll clan, which they don't take things very seriously. Most of them are French. One of them is a Swiss, with with origins in Portugal and Morocco and Algeria. They are currently aiming for top 4, and they are also very determined to go further than that. And during the previous skill tournaments, they only consider it as a warm-up tournament, so it's the same as endgame, and they only did 2 trainings before the top 8. So for them to come also really far is quite an achievement as well. And finally, we have Vale, which is a team we're going to be following in the lower bracket second round. We have Vermillo, Coward, Yuri 12, Dino, Eon, Chopman, Wonderkind, Like a Noob, Shapey, and also Vice. Do I have some issues with the stream? And there we go. Someone got my joke on fucking Call, so thank you very much. So here we go. This team is also relatively new, actually, and they are really setting their sights in the winter season, and they are really not sure about the future, actually, and it depends on whether they will continue to play as a team. There will be changes according to the captain, and but they're looking forward to the future. They usually do 2 to 3 trainings a week, and also they will also do some 1v1 to improve the personal gameplay, personal skills. The youngest here is actually the captain, which is 17 years old, and some of them are around the age, but it's around that age, 20, something like that. And the players, some players haven't been playing. Some players are not very familiar with. Also, obviously, they're not to say that they're not familiar. I think it's better to say they're just not experienced. But for them to come into top 8 and now in a stage where they could possibly get top 4 in the server is also a big achievement. And their team consists of members from the Netherlands, Cyprus, Russia, Sweden, and France as well. So I mean, there are lots of professional French players on the EU server. I think if the French community, I mean, if there is something like a French community together, like it's a server or something like that, it could be really big. I mean, there are so many good French players in this game, and I mean, this is really, really huge for France, actually. Hello, Ego, and hello, Biscuit. And hello, Manuel, and hello, you're my daddy. Thomas Peterson has made the following predictions with AQVA 3-1 to APA endgame, losing to Serenity 1-3. This is an upset that Thomas Peterson is expecting, but will it happen? We will know. Challengers Tournament, Rackham is poised to beat Chai Raiders 2-0, and HSOP 2-0 against Raid. I mean, probably because HSOP has beaten Raid a couple of times, so Thomas Peterson thinks that Raid is going to lose against HSOP with that margin. Hello, Stinge. I can read backwards, so that's good. But if you type a lot of words backwards, then I probably can't read them all. But if you want to donate to my stream, there are 3 ways to do so. PayPal is a recommended way. But if you cannot donate or give any money to me, then you can also support me by liking the stream and also subscribing to my channel. This is also very, very great support to my hard work and also effort. And I really hope that you enjoyed the stream tonight. And here we go. Let's look at the bracket. So I will be streaming Angling for the Serenity alongside Fujit. Eminet and also Every will be streaming AQVA vs APA, and the loser of this will be facing CARNA, and I'll be following Vale against the loser of Angling vs Serenity. You might notice that the kind of the camera becomes a lot clearer. I have a swipe, I have cleaned the camera, and yeah, it does look a lot better now. So let's go into the room. Here we go, endgame. I'm going with Nicolate. The mouse is going to see some TVP, which is the newest tier 10 tank released in this game, and we'll see how it's going to work, but maybe they're not going to take TVP. Hello, Mr. Savory, how are you doing? How am I, Stitch? Very good, but I really hate to see you typing in reverse. But Serenity going with quadruple T125s, a mouse, a Vicus Light, and E100 endgame. Double TVP potentially. It's like Progetto, but I will have to see how it's going to work. But there has been mixed opinions about TVP. Somewhat more on the negative side, actually, so we will see how it's going to pan out for this tank. But Orca might take a 140, Winchelade and Nicolade double mouse, Shocklade and Object 3 double T125, and a map with in a map like Wintermine, of course, where it's somewhat open but not a lot of terrain. So you will be seeing a mixture of tanks which can work really well on flat ground, and tanks which can work really well when it comes to flanking. So this is why you are seeing a mix of hold down tanks and very strong heavy tanks here. And Serenity going with a lot of hold down tanks would be interesting to see how they're going to work with this lineup. But as I always say, don't go for B unless you're well supported, because it is hard to get out of B, even though you get to cap lead on B. It's just not a certainty that you will be doing really well with the cap pressure strategy. So hello everyone, just Shockley saying he will camp with E5. The Silvinio says wish. I don't know what. I think it's love has been sent from both teams, so lots of love. LOL it stands for. So if you don't know what LOL stands for, it stands for lots of love. So that's really good. Here we go. Last is AFK. No, last AFK is going for A, and very quickly Endgame will get a cap lead on A. Actually, they're not taking TVP. Endgame is not taking double TVPs, contrary to what I might be seeing. Shockley saying 10% packet loss. No packet loss on my side, however, with the Phoenix now getting spotted by Endgame's forces. The cap lead is with Endgame. Serenity, I think you've seen my stream before, they are not phased about the lack of cap lead at all. What Serenity loves to do is to punish the enemy team for being careless, and they have done that to Endgame a couple of times, and they won those games when they punish Endgame enough. And Object 3 receives a hit, but so does the Phoenix here. Ooh, the Object 3 receives another hit there, and the Endgame would need to be careful. They lost to Serenity before 0-2, and I think they know exactly the problem with these games. And Serenity really wants to punish Endgame for their carelessness. And Endgame now is down to around 1k, a hit point disadvantage. And so far, Serenity hasn't bled, apart from the Phoenix by a tiny wee bit, but Serenity is really looking strong here. And Endgame actually controls a bigger portion of the map, with Serenity not controlling a lot of portion. With the Platinum and the Silvinio getting spotted on the rotation, if we can follow the Silvinio here, will he do something about this? But Endgame has also mobilized their tanks to defend the enemy spawn, and Serenity could be caught being a little bit spread out here. Oh, but good shell into Nicolade, and still Serenity loses some more hit points with the T125s. They have to be careful though. They have done an exceptional job in chipping away the hit points of Endgame. But Object 3 receives a shot. Oh, Object 3 is a little bit out of position, but anyway, good shot into Winchelade. Nonetheless, the Phoenix is holding this bush, and we'll be punishing whoever gets a little bit too careless. Nicolade is now spotted. Still really close to call. Serenity on the back foot here because they don't have the cap lead. I don't know how they're going to rotate this, but apparently the weak spot is probably the enemy spawn, and I think Serenity will be looking to do a rotation on the enemy spawn. But no, they are making a move onto A, where Endgame has tanks looking at it. Would that be a breaking move for Serenity? Because now the Silvino has taken a lot of hits while trying to cross into the A cap, and this is not looking good. The Silvino is lucky not to receive more hits from the Mousers and potentially T-22s, but B is now going to be captured, or is it not? Nicolay is now going to be the focus for Serenity potentially, but Spitfires is shot while crossing. This is still really close to call, but Serenity doesn't have the hit point pool lead now, and now there is a move over to these T-125, so you can see a lot of action going on. We are descending into this. Descending into disarray here, but the Silvino now dead. This is really not looking good for Serenity right now. They are down by caps, they're down by hit points, they're down by guns. It's now 7 versus 5, and Chocolate is going to be killed by Platinum. But will that be too little, too late here? Serenity has lost all the caps now with Spitfires 1 versus 3. Lego is also dead. Spitfires is also dead. That means Endgame will win the first game, and it is Endgame 1-0 to Serenity. Here we go. Endgame controlled the tempo really well. 4 tanks doable in 2K. Serenity only 1 tank doable in 2K, and that's a good game from Endgame. While Serenity, perhaps they probably need more information in where the Endgame's tanks are positioned, because obviously Endgame are totally ready for Serenity to push back to their spawn and to A, but they are not ready for Serenity for making a push on their spawn though. So if Serenity push towards enemy spawn and kill off potentially Object 3, how would this game have turned out? We will never know, but one can dream about this, to be honest with you. So first game goes to Endgame. So now Serenity going with quadruple T-125s, the Silvino in the mouse, Spitfires in the VK, Taco in the T-22, Nicolate in the mouse, last is AFK, or last AFK in the crown, triple T-125s by Chocolate, Winchulate and Object 3, Whoopsie the TE-100, Orca in the biggest light. Carolate in the Chinukai, but he's on the bench, so it doesn't matter anyway. Toby is ready in the TVP with Radicoso and the Death Star on the bench as well. AQVA is going to play against AQVA, and that will be streamed by both Eminet and Every. So if you want to support AQVA, go check out both Eminet and Every stream. They're going to provide their perspectives on that game. And I will be streaming Endgame versus Serenity instead. So here we go. Second game on Winter Malinovka. Let's head up high. Red team, Endgame, North Spawn. Blue team, Serenity, South Spawn. Endgame is committing most of the tanks mostly to B and C, with Serenity now changing the direction they're going mostly to A. And with a VK 72.01k, this is going to be interesting, but Orca gets some important spots in. Spot up those T-125s, and I think Endgame knows exactly where Serenity is going now. A is now getting captured by Serenity, but Endgame can really put their tanks onto C, but Endgame so far hasn't got a cap yet. And C is now going to be captured by Endgame, but Winchulade going straight into B. Will Serenity has tanks to reset B, however. That Silvino is mindful about this, but he is looking at Winchulade. That was a good shot there, but the Silvino receives a bounce, which is really good. And the Silvino has dropped the adrenaline, but Winchulade needs to be really careful not to lose more hit points here. But the Silvino missed that shell onto the building here. I think the people living in that building must be very scared about the Silvino's shot here. Hello, Stars and Alex, but for Platinum, it's also spotted a little bit out of position, but he's going to be there to wrap around forces of Endgame with Lego, and Taco can potentially support Platinum with Winchulade. This is what I say about don't put your tanks into B, capturing B at the start. He is now getting punished for getting out of this. Oh, he receives 914 damage now. The hit points are hugely in favor of Serenity. Winchellate down to 908 hit points. Is Angie making a push on the other side? Platinum is going to receive some pressure. But Taco and Lego are also spotted. I think now Serenity are trying to push their line up, but Orca is now... Okay, he fixed his ammo rack. But Endgame must be feeling the pressure right now. But Platinum potentially will be isolated. The Silvinio is coming in to support Platinum. Let's follow the Silvinio's perspective here. He's looking for Chocolate potentially. Chocolate is low in health. But it's a bounce, however. Good angling there. But Platinum still not heavily punished, but the hit points are now back in favor of Endgame. Serenity unable to land some big shells into the Endgame's forces, and they are now coming for Whoopsie. That was a big shell into the blue plate of Whoopsie here. But Serenity, they only have one base. With Whoopsie now down, they have one tank. They are one tank up. But they absolutely need to get hold of another base. Winchellate is now getting pushed by both the Silvinio and Spitfires, and that would buy crucial time for Endgame to make a rotation. But unfortunately, Serenity are pushing their lineup with Winchellate now very low. The Silvinio is looking for B, but the Phoenix are also really low. Good shot into Winchellate, but the Phoenix will be down very soon. Last AFK is now dead. Winchellate needs to survive, but the Silvinio is just bullying Winchellate at this point. And B, look at the Silvinio pushing Winchellate out of this, and that was a good track shot, but not quite. With Chocolate now dead, the Silvinio needs to land that healing shot into Winchellate, and he does. I think it is a ram kill there. And now Serenity and up in caps. Platinum kills off Nicolade. And now it's going to be 2 versus 7. Serenity might be winning this 7-0. But what is this? The Phoenix, how is this still alive against Object 3? Orca is now trying to run away. And Platinum puts a good shell into Orca. But Taco just a big miss there. And both Object 3 and Orca are dead. Meaning Serenity will win the second game. Really brilliant game. Hello, Galno. Oh my goodness me, and endgame 2 eggs. Very good for egg fried rice, but not very good for their chances in the top 4 here. Nicolade did more than 2k alongside Object 3 Orca and Shocklate, Serenity. All the tanks here are doing more than 2k, and the difference in damage is it's around 800. This is really good sign from Serenity, and this shows that Serenity shares the damage really well, and they are potentially... it also means that no particular tank is singled out by endgame. And this is a really promising sign for Serenity. Very good job to Serenity. And I think they applied pressure to endgame at the right time. And they also pressed on. They are aggressive. They are in control of the battle, and despite a little bit of hiccup in the middle, I think what won them the game in the end is that they are able to pincer and to trap endgame into a tight pocket, and this is why they are winning this match, in my opinion. Hello, Mike Oxlong. I know down there I'm long, but Mike Oxlong it's here, so that's good. So here we go, 1-1 to both teams, and we are on Mine Ruins, which favors a lot of heavy tanks, heavy play. It's going to be very heavy for both these teams, but not really actually. If you're seeing both Endgame and Serenity, they only take one single German heavy, which is the E100. Most of them are taking the Double Crown Wagons, an IS-4 E100, and a couple of T110E5s, with the exception of Endgame using the T22, which I think will make the big difference for this match. Shockley says it will be trash to use 215B. Didn't see what happened last game, but anyway, Endgame South Spawn with Serenity, Blue Team North Spawn. So from this, I think Serenity will be committing most of their tanks into city because really, without medium tanks, it's going to be hard to work in on the seaside. And you can see C is uncontested, and they will get some easy caps there. But look at Object 3 and Nikolai. Are they doing the Primo strat? Because the T110E5s are no, Serenity are downright ignoring these tanks or not? Is it not? They seems to be a little bit confused there. But Brokey is really low now. Now he's trying to get out of trouble, but he gets shot even more. Nikolai is also getting shots at. But look at this, a big fire! Oh, Chocolate. Is it Chocolate or is it Whoopsie landing a big HE shell into the backside of the Silvino? He won't be happy about this, but Object 3 doing a tremendous job into shielding Nikolai. But no, the T110E5s here are now trapped, and Serenity are looking their hats, looking to behead these T110E5s. Object 3 now the next unfortunate target for Serenity. Oh dear, why do you bully Object 3? But he's dead nonetheless. The Silvino is now dead. It's going to be 5 versus 5 with hit points firmly in favor of Endgame. And now Serenity are trapped in the lower ground. And Endgame could really work with the high ground they have right now, with Lego now trying to support Spitfires in the somewhat of lopsided affair, 2 vs 2, but they don't have a lot of hit points, and Whoopsie receive a shot from Lego, but the Phoenix is coming for the head of Whoopsie. He wants to land a big shell into Whoopsie, and that's a big shell, but Brokey is dead as well. Last AFK is looking for the head of Taco, but Lego is now really low. No, you don't get rewards for watching this. Whoopsie's now one shot, but he's looking at, big shot into Taco, but now it's going to be 5 vs 2, and this game will surely go to Endgame, I would say. But that was a bad bounce from Spitfires into Whoopsie, with now, unfortunately, the Phoenix now getting rushed by Endgame's tank. Spitfire's now dead. Good shot into Chocolate and Max roll, but that's just a consolation prize. Endgame will be winning this one. Phoenix on fire, but in the wrong way, and it's going to be Phoenix not rising from the ashes, buried in the ashes. Good job from Endgame. The T110E5s did a tremendous job in shutting down Brokey, and Serenity would be wondering whether they could have done more to support Brokey. And I mean, they had the fireball strat, which technically should be able to deal with the T110E5 rush down in the middle, but unfortunately, I think Endgame was sharper in terms of the reaction, and Serenity was a little bit slow in the reaction. I think also maybe the focus fire was somewhat off for Serenity, and Endgame was just better in positioning and the target priority. And here we go, 2-1 for Endgame, and still very close games for both teams, and both teams are very closely matched, obviously. And once again, Serenity are on the back foot in terms of the scoreline. They have to now win 3 on the run. Endgame just need to win 1 more, and they will take home the fixture. Serenity, if they lose, they will face Veil, which is going to be very interesting to watch. Serenity are taking triple T110E5s, Brokey in IS4, Taco in the T20, Lego in the Crown Bargain, and Phoenix in the E100 with Endgame. Quadruple T110E5s, last in the T22, Winchellade and Orca double Crown Bargain. And now we are seeing Endgame North spawn, Serenity South spawn. So this time Endgame has gone for lots of T110E5s in a map that is somewhat flat. Would that work for Endgame, or will it be the nail in the coffin for them? Serenity are also going with a similar lineup as last time, but it didn't really work well for them. So Endgame, interesting call. We'll see if it's going to work. And I really hope Wargame is going to put us higher in the spectator mode. It's just a little bit too low for the spectating. No, you won't get anything from the stream. Hello, Kraken. But look at this. Double T125s are ready to punish Orca. Orca stopped moving, which is a good call. You don't want to get punished by these Serenity tanks. Endgame would not feel serene about this, but Brokey is going for B. He's going to capture B, but he has support, so it's fine if they capture B. And A is going to be captured by Serenity as well. Good shell into Winchellate, but reset shells are into Brokey from both Orca and also Winch. But Brokey will Serenity make a push now onto these Kramwagen Spitfires are now making an aggressive play. He's now spotted B, is still getting captured by Serenity, but they are losing hit points for doing that. And it's actually not Brokey taking a lot of hit points, it's actually the tanks which are defending and supporting Brokey, which are taking a lot of hits at the moment. The Silvino might be ready to support Spitfires, and that was a good this was an okay splash damage into Orca, but Orca once again has reset B. Endgame still has the cap points, but Lego is a little bit careless with that move. Receives a bounce from Nicolay, but Winchellade, oh, now B's finally captured Serenity, has a hit point pulley. Oh, that was a big miss from the Phoenix, but he's also very far back, so you cannot blame Phoenix for doing that. But look at this, Endgame is lined up for a big push onto these T125s, and I think Serenity needs to be prepared for that. The Phoenix is also very far back. Will Endgame be able to put a dent into Serenity's defensive maneuver? The Silvino takes a double shot, triple shot from the Endgame's aggressive forces, and Endgame is now in control of the situation with Serenity barely hanging on. They are now down by more than 1k of hit points, and Endgame is looking really strong here. Endgame, Nicolay going very aggressive. Let's follow Nicolay. Oh dear. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry, Nicolade. Nicolade apparently pinged out in this one. But Endgame also made a push onto Brokey, so even though Nicolade has some ping issues, it won't hurt Endgame at all, actually, because Brokey is now dead. It's now 6 for 6. Serenity are still hanging on, but not by much. They're now pushing onto Orca Object 3. They're looking for Orca, apparently. Orca is now with 2 clips on the board, but the Silvino is going to die under the hands of Last AFK, and he does. And Serenity has a hit point pulley, but not by much. Actually, still loads to play for Serenity. Lost B now, and it's going to be 5 versus 4. It's going to be really, really close. Taco still really, really healthy. Rinchellate receives a shell from Spitfires, Kramwagens, and the Spitfire looking for Rinchellate, and they killed off Winchellate. Serenity are close to securing a victory, but is it going to be enough? The Phoenix is now getting surrounded by both Shocklane and also Last AFK, and now Taco is coming in to support the Phoenix here, but the Phoenix is now dead, and Endgame for the first time will be getting a cap lead. Spitfire is now dead. Oh no, Serenity might be losing this one, and Endgame, they just need one more kill. And look at this, Lego is brawling with Whoopsie with a lot more DPM, and Taco needs a kill. I don't know about the caps, but Endgame will be winning this one 3-1. That was a very late kill from Taco. Endgame, despite losing Nicolade in a ping issue, they still came out on top. Really made use of that make use of that misplay to convert into a victory by pushing into B, and I believe this is the main reason why they came out on top. Huge commiserations to Nicolade and also Serenity as well, but we're seeing Serenity facing Vale in the lower bracket second round. Congratulations to Endgame, and they deserve a break after tonight's decent performance, and they really look like a contenders for the EU server, the Winter Season Championship, and this is it. Endgame 3-1 against Serenity, and here we go. Go and say hello to Exit as well. Also, on the website it says you will receive cool rewards for watching the stream. However, it is misleading. There are no rewards on the stream, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this, but it is what it is. I hope you enjoy the matches and hope you support the teams that we are seeing tonight. So it's going to be Serenity versus Veil next in the lower bracket second round. Right, it will be Chai Raiders 2-1 against Reckham and Ray 2-0 against HSOP. The challenges tournament meaning HSOP will be facing BPS in the lower bracket second round. Reckham against Red Team in the lower bracket second round as well. So it's going to be either BPS or HSOP going home tonight, which I think is a mismatch once again. But what can I say about this actually? Okay, we are also seeing AQVA 3-1 against APA, and so far Thomas Peterson hasn't been doing a really good job. But APA will be facing CARNA in the lower bracket second round, so it's going to be another fun, good match to watch. And APA versus CARNA will be streamed by both Eminet and also Every, and I will be streaming Serenity versus Veil alongside Fujit. So let's also update the challenges tournament for you. Here we go. So it's going to be Chai Raiders versus Raid in the upper bracket finals, and the lower bracket second round will be Reckham versus Retty and HSOP versus BPS. Why am I so hot? I think you're just daydreaming. Maybe you... But look at this. Oh, so many viewers. Thank you very much for the support. I really appreciate that. I hope the camera looks a lot clearer tonight because I have a swipe. And it does look clearer here. And I think you should see my reaction better. And here we go. Let's also change something up. I think we have time for one game of analysis, so I think we can do that. Before I continue, I just need to change stuff in the... I make sure I have to change the transition, which I always forget to do. And also have to generate this bracket once again, and it will be... oh my goodness me. This one. Yeah, I thought I didn't do anything about this, but anyway, I got the right transition, and Veil will be on the left side, according to what happened on the Asia server. Please be that way. I don't want to switch sides once again, and knowing that it's the wrong order. And now also we are seeing where are we? Lower bracket second round. Here we go. And now let's go to Mapbox. No, Thomas Peterson. That is. the avatar caused his crash. What avatar are you talking about? Pro avatar? Or you mean the enemy character? Oh my god. Oh, I do feel sorry once again for Nikolai though. That's something that you don't want to see here, and I think he will be surprised that his team won in the end, which I do feel presently surprised about this then. So it will be Winter Port Bay. Okay, so next we have Serenity versus Vale. On the in the Challengers tournament we have Rackham versus Recti and BPS versus HSOP versus BPS. So here we go. Ooh, APA once again is poised to beat CARNA 3-2. Serenity against Vale. I think the odds are lower. I mean, the odds are higher in the sense that Serenity has a higher chance to win. So, what's the scoreline there? It's going to be 3-2 for. It's going to be 3-2 for Serenity. So it's going to be a very close match indeed. 2-0 is predicted for Rackham against Recti, but HSOP versus BPS. BPS is predicted to win 2-1 against HSOP. So here we are. Okay, so because we have so much time left, we're going to analyze Mind Ruins' first game. I think it's a game that is worth rewatching and a game that's worth analyzing. So we're going to do that with the minutes we have. So just bear with me for a few moments. I will set up this very quickly. Don't tell me if there is a black screen, because probably there will be black screen for like 5 minutes. Hopefully that's not going to happen. Make sure if you haven't done so already, like the stream and subscribe to my channel. I really hope to see. I really hope that I'll be giving some really good content for you to enjoy. And here we go. Second game of first game on Mind Ruins Endgame versus Serenity. Yes, 2051 Vale versus Serenity. Yes, what you're seeing on the stream is correct. Right, so I got this up, so let's actually analyze about this match. Big difference for this match. Shockley says it will be trash to use. Alright, there we go. I got this up. And then let's get this going. Okay, the screen should show, probably. Yeah, this should show. This should show correctly on the screen here you're seeing right now. So please tell me if it went black. I think it won't go black now. 215B. Didn't see what happened last game, but anyway, endgame south spawn with Serenity, blue team north spawn. So from this, I think Serenity will be committing most of their tanks into city, because really without medium tanks it's going to be hard to work in on the seaside. And you can see C is uncontested, and they will get some easy caps. That's a really, really big move from these T125s. Brokey is somewhat there is somewhat of a lack of support, but I think what you could do in this situation, But then the T20 could absolutely come from the back. Unfortunately, maybe able to use this one, kind of try his best, but maybe will show the lower plate, so he is basically in trouble. So the only way these T125s could do is to either go down and shut down a tank, or use this as a side string. But no, I think the only way they could do, the Crown Vargans would be there. I mean, Endgame have this one planned out exactly in the way they want. They want to make sure whoever is coming for the T125s from the back is going to get punished for these Crown Vargans, and potentially Whoopsie as well. Oh, thank you, Furkan, for this. So, very interesting. We'll see how Serenity is going to do, but they have to absolutely deal with the elephant in the room. That is the double T125s down in the middle endgame with a really good strategy here. Next. But look at Object 3 and Nikolai. Are they doing the Premo strat? Because the T125s are no, Serenity are downright ignoring these tanks, or not? Is it not? They seems to be a little bit confused there. But Brokey is really low now. Now he's trying to get out. I mean, now Brokey is really low. So the only thing he could do is to go out and maybe go for regrouping. But absolutely, Endgame are dominating this. And there is absolutely nothing that Serenity can do to help Brokey in this situation. So that is a really good strategy at the start from Endgame. Of trouble, but he gets shot even more. Nikolai is also getting shots at, but look at, there's a big fire. Oh, Chocolate, is it Chocolate or is it Whoopsie landing a big HE shell into the backside of the... This does feel like a bit of a panic play from Serenity, because you know that Silvinio gets shot from the back by the E100 and also the E5 there. Yeah, it's kind of the gut reaction. The gut reaction will be to go for these T125s, which are trapped there. But Endgame knows this move, so they will try to pincer the tanks who are trying to go for Endgame to connect with the others. So, unfortunately, the pincer tanks in this situation would be actually these T125s instead. No, it's not. It's not possible to bet on this. There is no. We don't open any gambling here. But here we go. Hello, Nicholas. Hello, Edgar GQ. So, but Serenity, I think Endgame is in much better positions than Serenity are. Serenity basically needs to hope that they can kill off these T125s as soon as possible, while they don't lead, they are down by quite some hit points, so I think this is the only move, it's like the move that they could only do at this point, and Endgame did really well in terms of controlling the map here. Silvinio, he won't be happy about this, but Object 3 doing a tremendous job into shielding Nikolai. But no, the T125s here are now trapped, and Serenity are looking their hats, looking to behead these T125s. Object 3 now the next unfortunate target for Serenity. Oh dear. Unfortunately, I don't know about these Crown Vargans. Yeah, I mean they're all drum readers, so we can't blame them for this. But should they actually go slightly forward to kind of distract the Serenity to try and go for these Crown Vargans? I don't know, but the T125s actually lost so quickly. It was down by so quickly that I think Endgame wasn't able to punish Serenity a lot for this move, actually. So let's continue watching. Why do you bully Object 3, but he's dead nonetheless? The Silvinio is now dead. It's going to be 5 versus 5 with hit points firmly in favor of Endgame, and now Serenity are trapped in the... Okay, so I said Serenity are trapped in the lower ground because what Endgame could do, last AFK could maybe use this position to kind of get shots into here, you kind of work around this plateau area and hold down with those Crown Vargans and try to shut down whoever's trying to go back to cross. And Serenity, you know, they are in a little bit sort of hot waters right here. Meanwhile, you see the mini-map here, it also is on the higher ground, so could trap Spitfires as well, so would apply a lot of pressure to Spitfires. It's the only thing they could do. Serenity, what they could do really depends on the E100. So I believe that E100 was positioned in the wrong spot. Should have been the tank that should have been somewhere around here, somewhere around in the front rather than at the back, because E100, a lot of people play this as a sniper, which I think is a terrible idea, with that tank being very, very inaccurate. So the only thing they could do, Serenity, is to rotate that E100, and E100 is really slow. So basically, in short, Serenity is pretty much done for in this one. And that's a really good initial strategy from endgame, and nothing. And I think Serenity can't do much about that, to be honest with you. So endgame, really good game here. In the lower ground, and endgame could really work with the high ground they have right now with Lego. I mean, you can see right here, endgame, good horizontal straight line. That E100 Whoopsie is pretty much at the front, on the front line. The Phoenix still quite at the back. I think what he's trying to do is to shut down the last AFK potentially and support Brokey. Maybe it's not his fault in the end, but if actually Phoenix went up to support these T125s and Kraftwagen earlier, maybe Serenity has a fighting chance, but it is what it is. Now trying to support Spitfires in the somewhat of lopsided affair, 2 vs 2. Lopsided affair in terms of hit points. You're seeing Chocolate and Whoopsie with a lot of hit points, comparing to Lego and Spitfires with much lower hit points, and you can see why I'm saying it's a lopsided affair, because both Chocolate and Whoopsie can bleed some hit points and maybe take out Lego, and then in this situation, even if the Phoenix comes in to support, it's going to be 2 vs 2 in here in this situation. Let's continue. But they don't have a lot of hit points, and Whoopsie receives a shot from Lego, but the Phoenix is coming for the head of Whoopsie. He wants to land a big shell into Whoopsie, and that's a big shell, but Brokey is dead as well. Last AFK is looking for the head of Taco, but Lego is now really, really low. No, you don't get rewards for watching this. Whoopsie's now one shot, but he's looking at, big shot into Taco. I really like this move from Whoopsie, is actually moving back to connect with these endgame forces here. And in the end, it's now 5 vs 2, and Serenity has to be able to kill off one tank, which is not really their fault. They're, I mean, initially down in hit points, so endgame really playing this one really well and in control, making use of the high ground to their own advantage. But now it's going to be 5 vs 2, and this game will surely go to endgame, I would say. But that was a bad bounce from Spitfires into Whoopsie, with now, unfortunately, the Phoenix now getting rushed by the endgame's tank. Spitfire's now dead. Good shot into Chocolate max roll, but that's just a consolation prize. Endgame will be winning this one. Phoenix on fire, but here we go. The Phoenix now dead, meaning endgame will be winning this one. Very good game. I think there are lots to learn about how endgame position their tanks and how they make use of the advantage given in their initial strategy. And Serenity, I think lots can be pondered about, more like with respect to the positioning of some heavy tanks, and if that could be change somewhat, that could have been a lot more differently. It could have panned out a lot more differently. But still, I think Serenity was on the back foot for pretty much the entire game, so nothing much can be done in the end, and that was a really good win for endgame. So here we go. Once again, we're going to be following Serenity versus Veil next, and this will be streamed alongside Fujit's Blitz, and AQVA versus CARNA streamed by both Aminet and also Airfree. And we will know who will be in the lower bracket third round. Once again, if you want to donate to my stream, there are 3 methods. The recommended method will be donating via PayPal. Other ways would be Streamlabs, YouTube Super Chat. Besides that, we're back with the Winter Season Championship upper and lower bracket second round. On the EU server, we are now going to be in the lower bracket second round, where we will find out which clan will be eliminated in the Winter Season Championship. It's either Serenity or Veil. Once again, the Winter Season Championship format, all games except the bracket finals and grand finals are best of 5. That is whichever team wins the first 3 matches will win the fixture. The tournament format is a double elimination knockout stage, and the tournament is seeded by the leaderboard ranking in the previous Q tournament. This information can be found on the website under the Hall of Fame, the clans tab. And the monetary prizes, we know that Endgame will be at least getting $600 alongside AQVA, and we will find out who is going to take home the $350 for tonight. Lower bracket second round will begin with Port Bay, Fort Despair, and finally Desert Sands. Fort Despair is a map that really favors heavy play, and we don't know about this. Serenity loves heavy tanks actually, but are they going to make the most out of it? We will find out very soon. But I remember when I was training with FBI, they really love the E100s, and to some extent the mount as well. So in some respect, you would think that Serenity would dominate with Fort Despair, as we see with My Rubens, they haven't really put a huge end into Endgame's campaign. But we're seeing this is wrong. We are currently following upper and lower bracket second round. Tomorrow will be lower bracket third round, and 27th will be the upper and lower bracket finals and grand finals on the 28th. Schedule for you with the lower bracket second round held in around 6 minutes. Time is in CET. You will discover that the commencement of the games is not exactly as the time written on the stream. This is because there is a 5-minute delay imposed to prevent teams from stream sniping, which is watching the stream, knowing what the enemy team is taking for the taking, and what the enemy team, where the enemy teams are positioned. But the time here is exactly as time for the start time of the clans. So we know now. Going back with Serenity, there's a video and Lego, Phoenix, Taco, Adamantly, Tritoon, Platinum, Brokey, Demoniac, Spitfires. Most of them are from Elements and also FBI, so a lot of them are French, but also origins from, let's say, Morocco, Algeria, and also Portugal as well. They are a team which is pretty new, so they don't have a lot of history, but they are looking for a top 4 finish this year, and I think this game will be very paramount, will be of paramount importance, where they could secure that top 4 spot. Meanwhile, with Veil with Vamilo, Coward, Yuri 12, Dino, Eon, Chopum, Wonderkind, Like Noob, Shapey, and Vice. And this is going to be important because, and this team is somewhat of a multinational team. They have people from Cyprus, from Russia, from the Netherlands, and from Latvia as well, and so on and so forth. This is also a pretty new team, and also it will, tonight's performance is going to be really important, where they will set their sights together in the future seasons, and I believe and I hope this will see Veil once again in the spring season at least. So Thomas Peterson is predicting a 3-2 win for Serenity, and let's head into the room. Here we go.
Turn it on.
Okay, so now we are waiting for Veil to show up. They have to show up, because if they don't, Serenity will get a win. Fujit is still streaming. I think they are going to summon Veil spirits. I think they will show. Obviously, will show up. The Port Bay is a map that is quite special in a way that it really depends on. I mean, the lineup you're taking pretty much tells where you're going. So if you're going for a lot of heavy setup, a lot of strong, heavily armored heavy tanks, then you will be expecting some play over to A and B, which is the city side. And if you're taking a lot of hull down tanks and some mediums as well, you will be expecting a play over to the sea side where the terrain is a lot more undulated. So Serenity taking triple Kramwagens, double T125, and Taco and the Silvino and the double T22. You might be thinking that Serenity will go mostly to the sea side, but Veil, where are they? Show up! Huh? Where is Veil? Oh, there we go. Veil is here. Now they are joining the room at the last minute or so. Vabilo in the so they're going to take a TVP, which is the first time we are seeing tonight. Vice is doing the job in the TVP, but we are seeing quadruple Kramwagens by Vabilo, Eon, Dino, and Chopper. Nope. Vabilo and Eon will be taking double T125, Yorito 12 also in the T125, so that's 3 T125s for you, like noob, in the IS-4. So with this kind of setup, you probably will see a lot of action over to the seaside. This is what I'm predicting. I might be wrong about this, but this really looks like a play on seaside, and seaside will become a disaster will become a bomb area very quickly. No, endgame for this AQVA is not today. It's going to be on Saturday. Here we go. Let's change. I think I got the right. Oh come on! Is it the wrong side? Oh, you gotta be kidding me, really. Apologies guys, but go off for a few moments and I will change this stuff off because really it's really it's really messed up, to be honest with you. So just bear with me for a few moments and I'll be right back after I change the order. Oh, I really hate this. Where is this? Here we go, I hope that's not going to be changed for the NA server. I really hate to see that. Let's see if it's the right way. Yes, there we go. Right way. We're missing quite a lot of action here, but Serenity has gone to C and they're going to get a capture on that. Contrary to what I expect, Veil is actually playing this, approaching this really passively. Vice in the TVP is a little bit tall, but he's going for A, but that won't hand Veil that cap pressure or the cap advantage, I must say. Oh, it's actually double TVP by both Wonderkind and also Vice, so it was not a single TVP, it's a double TVP strategy. C is captured by Serenity, but Lego is playing this really aggressively now. He is going to get some important spots up for Veil. Veil potentially might be trapped, but they can also branch out to B. But look at B. I mean, B is also well covered by, let's say, Spitfires. Look at him, his position. Whoever is going to B will get punished, but he's also getting spotted. Chopper is spotted. Veil is trying to make a rotation over to C, and Lego has said something is a bit off here. So he's going back up. He's going to get really aggressive now, and this is going to be really, really close. And hello, Karolak. How are you doing? And look at this. Now Veil is making a push. Is Serenity ready for this? Eon in that T125. Will he get punished though? Will Serenity land some big shells? Yes. Double tap from Brokey and Lego. What's that shot from Adamantly? I think he put a shell into Vice here. Vice is getting double tapped. But Serenity is not doing the best in terms of the focus fire, but that doesn't matter. We are not descending into a brawl fest so far. So what Serenity is trying to do is to chip away, frustrate Veil, and hopefully slow down Veil's rotation over to C. And Serenity has stunned this brilliantly. But Taco might be rushed by a double TVPs, and Taco will be now in trouble. Heaps of trouble it is. And Vice puts a good shot into Taco. Taco is in loads and loads of trouble. Vice did a good job in blocking Wonderkind. And now Taco is going to go down very quickly. And puts a good shot into Vice. But it is going to be Dino, the first tank down. Eon also down. Serenity has made a move over to the other side. Wonderkind is also down. Taco is now getting some support from the teammates. Vice is also down. And Yuri 12 is on the reactive armor. And Adamant is now one-shot. Chopham's really low. The focus is now on Chopham. And you can see Chopham is now one-shot. Yuri 12 is now very low. And he's going to go down very quickly. The first game does seem to go for Serenity with Yuri 12 now dead. And Chopham also killed. Like Noob is the last man standing. Oh dear, Veil. I think the main problem with Veil here is that they stopped pushing. Stopped pushing at one point, allowing Serenity to regroup and get their guns to tackle that push. And I think Veil, if they are a lot more decisive, they will put some damage to Serenity. Unfortunately, the double TVP didn't work out as they wanted it to be. Couldn't kill off Taco, and I think that was a disappointing move there, and both of them could only put out around 2,000 damage, with Like Noob and Chopham doing more than 2k, and Veil would want a much better performance than this, because Serenity really reacted to what Veil was doing. Veil was somewhat counterable in this one, and they want to be a lot more unpredictable in the next one. And look at Veil now going for double projectile, double TVP, and they are really not having this, I would say. Serenity, by that I don't mean they are not having, they are not going to win this. Like that, I mean they are not being reserved about their lineups. So we will see. But so far 1-0 to Serenity, that is. Okay, so Serenity are going with double T22 Chocolate. Hello, Lethal Force. Hello, Chocolate. Hello, Belle Delvine. So the Silvino is going to take T22. Taco is playing with fire. Oh, Tritsu is going in. Taco is now on the subs bench. Oh gosh, what has he done? But Brokey, the IS-7, double IS-4 by the Phoenix and Demoniac, Lego, the double T-125 alongside Triton, Spitfires and the Mouse, Veil, double TVP, double Projectile, triple Kranwagen. And here we go. Veil going with full clippers. Reminds me of Mercy. Going full clippers on Faust, but will that work, or will it backfire totally? We can only know when we watch this match. I think there is some problems with scoreline. Not exactly what I am expecting here. I'm going to change somewhat. Now it should be showing correctly now, I think, on the stream. Yeah, there we go. It's showing correctly. So now let's head up high, shall we, with Serenity, Red Team, South Spawn, Blue Team, Veil, North Spawn. Nah, I was just changing stuff behind the scenes because, once again, Wargaming just F me up with the order of the team, so sorry about that. Hello, Toby. How are you doing, Toby? Veil just going exceptionally aggressive already at the start. They're pushing the live. Serenity, just playing this, approaching this really passively. It descending into a brawl fest very early on. We will never know, but they have double T22s. They can absolutely rotate back to the spawn, but I mean, it's spotted. Veil knows that mediums are rotating, so maybe their eyes are now going to be back to their spawn, or maybe they're going to make a big push down this bridge here. But so far, both teams haven't bled a lot. Demoniac takes a hit, but so does Dino and Weiss, and now it's going to be Serenity, double T22. Let's follow their perspective, that Silvino is leading the charge alongside Taco. They are trying to pincer Veil's forces, but Veil with a lot of clippers, they have to play this one cautiously. But look at this, Veil now with the double TVPs, and Yori 12 now going down the middle. T22s are now, they might be in loads of trouble. I think they know this, and I think they are trying to make a push with that Spitfires ramming into Eon potentially. Good ram there. And good shot into Dino. Lego, how did he get up here? Up high there. I don't know what happened there, but Dino, the Phoenix now dead. And Vice is going to be dead very soon. And he's the next tank down. Vice is going to be the next tank down. I mean, Lycanoob is down. Vice is also down. It's going to be 6 versus 5 here. Brokey is also really low. Good shot into Dino. Was killed. And Yori 12 is going to be the next tank down potentially. This is that's descended into Anarchy. And look at Brokey now also dead, and Serenity 5 versus 4. This looks really promising for Serenity at this point. Unfortunately, Eon is now going to be the focus for Serenity, and this is going to be the case. Good track shot into Eon here. And Taco will be killing off Eon next, but he receives a lot of hits trying to do so. And here we go, Taco kills off Eon. Wonderkind is now killed, leaving 2 outstanding players on Veil, and Serenity will be taking home this victory. Yori 12 is now one shot. Spitfires is looking to end his misery, and he did it. And Chopham's the last man standing, and this game will go to Serenity. 2-0 for Serenity, and we are on the match point. Obviously, Chopham now getting killed, and this game is a decisive, commanding victory for Serenity. Hello, Tompi, how are you doing? Sorry, my nose gets really itchy tonight. I don't know why, but Serenity 5 tanks doing more than 2k. Veil 2 tanks doing only 2 tanks only doing more than 2k, and I believe it did backfire for them with a lot of clippers. I believe just Serenity has better tanks, and Veil wasn't able to punish the double T22s, although they had an idea. They don't know that there are T22s coming from behind, and the T22s played this one, approached this one very carefully, and they calculated the push really well, and now we're on to Fort Despair. Hello, TM mates, how are you doing? This is going to be 2-0 for Serenity, and match point to Serenity now, and nope, you won't get rewards, Matter. So, sorry to break your. Sorry to end your party, but no rewards here tonight. I have reflected this to Wargaming, but I don't think they have removed the statement, the line that you will get rewards from watching the stream. So. Once again, I have to emphasize, to reiterate, you will not receive any rewards for watching the stream, but please don't let it bother you, because we are all here to support both Serenity and Veil, and also the general esports scene in this game. So let's actually show our fervent support to these teams tonight, and hopefully and we will definitely see some pretty brilliant games there. Both teams have worked really hard up to this stage, and especially in a server that is very, very competitive. They have done absolutely wonderfully to reach to this point. I didn't know about the DPM of TVP, but thanks for mentioning, Karim. That's really interesting. But Serenity going with triple crab bargains, a mouse, double T22, double T110E5. And Taco and Vicus like with Veil going with E3, triple WZ, triple double TVP, and a crown. It is somewhat not obsolete, but somewhat rare that we're seeing a lot of WZ13s on this map. Basically, usually you'll see them going into the corner, northwestern corner, but look at Taco is going to get some spots up. Potentially Eon in the T110E3 going to a very interesting spot that I never have ever imagined that they will take the corner Interesting play from Vale. What do they have in mind here? This is certainly a very interesting strategy from Vale. But already they have done some damage onto the double T125 with the triple crown bargains now barreling into these tanks here. But look at Crown Vargas, they're looking on the other side. Let's head down to the Silvino for a moment. They cannot land their shells into the WZ-13s, and Yuri 12 puts a good shell into Tritun. And Vale still with a hit point disadvantage, but they have not lost a lot of hit points there. It is actually Serenity which lost quite some hit points in this one, and a lack of DPM might be showing here for Serenity. If Vale was able to punish Serenity's forces even more, Serenity would be in trouble. But Dino takes a double tap, which is not good with Eon. Let's head down to Eon, where he gets some big shells into Serenity's Crown Bargains. B's now getting captured, meaning Vale will have the cap lead. Vale would not have a cap lead. Good shot into Yuri 12, and Eon is looking at that Silvino with the double WZ-13 and Dino here. Serenity is looking to dominate, to control in this map, and C's now getting captured. I don't know if this is a good choice here, because that might initiate a push from Serenity, because they know there are tanks on A, but they know there are tanks on C. Vale might be giving the information for Serenity that they are spread out, and I don't know if Serenity is going to make use of this information to push up those 1-3s, and Dino, you can see them receiving a lot of pressure for this, and double TVPs are now rotating behind, and Serenity has made a call to push these tanks, and Dino, oh my god, what is this shot from Brokey? But look at this, Dino is going to be the focus for Serenity, and Familo is getting, oh my gosh, how many taps there? Good ram from Spitfires, and he was eviscerated in a matter of seconds, but Dino is now going to be killed by the Phoenix, and he's going to be killed. I don't think this is the right time to get the base here, but Eon is going to be the next focus for Serenity, and this is turning out to be a pandemonium situation, and Eon's now very low. Silvino puts a good track shot into Eon, and it's going to be 6 versus 4 here. Brokey's now dead, Eon's now killed, and it's going to be 6 versus 3, leaving Yuri 12 the next tank for Serenity. And actually, it's not over yet though. Will the TVPs make use of the mobility to their advantage? I don't know, but Yuri 12 is the next focus. The Phoenix is now dead. Yuri 12 is the next focus for Serenity. And this is not looking good for Yuri 12. Yuri 12 is now one shot. Tritun is going to put a good shell into Yuri 12, leaving the double TVPs left standing on the battlefield. Spitfire is going to put a good shell into Wonderkind, and that is a good shell there. Vice is now one shot, and he is dead now. Tritun kills him off with Wonderkind, now the last man standing, and Spitfire just needs to land a good shell, and it's going to be Lego who is doing the job here. Well done to Serenity, 3-0 to Vale. Well, looking at this, Vale, I think the position where Chopper, Vamilo, and Dino really puts them under a lot of pressure, and the TVP capturing C really didn't help matters at all. Gave Serenity the information that Vale are spread out. And you see what Serenity did. They made use of that information and pushed onto the tanks, the pressure point of Vale, and they really make use of that pressure point to crumble Vale here. I think the Vale, they are still very experimental with the double TVPs, and Serenity using quite a normal setup. It really did a job for Serenity, and I think TVPs, I think they'll just need more time to practice with their TVP strategies, and I do think it could work when you're playing together as a platoon, but in tournaments it's a different story, and we have yet to see how TVP is going to work in tournaments, and obviously it's not the same as Crown Vargan, where it will be an instant favorite, but TVP might need some time to warm up and get into the tournaments, the Clan Wars scene. But it was a valiant effort from Vale but Serenity deserves to go through with a dominant performance, dominant showing tonight against Vale. Congratulations to Serenity, commiserations to Vale. Okay, so we are seeing CARNA 3-0 against AQVA. Well, that's a big beating here, and Serenity will be joining CARNA in the lower bracket third round. So that was a big beating from CARNA, and AQVA and Vale are wrapping up tonight, leaving the tournament with with $350. Top 4 for the E server will be AQVA, Endgame, CARNA, and Serenity. So congratulations to all the teams here. Meanwhile, on the Challengers tournament, we are going to be seeing HSOP beating BPS 2-1, Rackham once again beating Retty 2-1. And the top 4 for the Challengers tournament will be Chai Raiders, Raid, HSOP, and Rackham. And I really feel surprised about Chai Raiders. Was under huge disadvantage in terms of the odds, but they really came they really came a long way, and they are now in the upper bracket finals, and the sky is the limit, to be honest with you. Raid, they need a strong showing against Chai Raiders, and they are definitely contenders for winning the entire Challengers tournament. Meanwhile, lower bracket HSOP, they need to get the job done against Rackham, and hopefully we're going to see some fantastic, phenomenal matches tomorrow, both Challengers and the Winter Season Championship. And here we go. Let's look at the bracket here. Oh, sorry, I have to change this. Yes, it's going to be Red Team versus HSOP, meanwhile Chai Raiders against Raid in the upper bracket finals. And here we go. So this is the bracket for you tonight. So far it will be very interesting. I think the top 4 is what we expect it to be. Endgame, AQVA, Serenity, and CARNA. And now let's look at the NA Winter Season Championship, the bracket. I'll be streaming Pramo versus Naps, and the loser of that will be facing Pincer, which I will be streaming as well, alongside Fishy and Drudos. On the other hand, Papa Rage and also Eric is going to stream GG versus Apex, and the loser of that will be up against CPG. So once again, very interesting games you're going to be watching on the NA server, and I think after that I probably would not be following the Winter Season Championship of the NA server, but if there's luck, I might be able to follow the rest, but if not, I might be streaming the Challengers tournament for the NA server, and probably we'll be streaming the upper and lower bracket finals and the grand finals there. I do want to give some shout out to the Challengers tournament team, so hopefully they're going to they deserve some attention, and they're going to show us some brilliant matches, obviously. So tonight it will be Pramo versus Naps. I think I have to change this as well to the right stuff. Bear with me for a moment.
I think, yeah, it might be too. I don't think the main problem is Vale being too spread out over the map. It is more to do with Vale giving the information to Serenity that they are spread out. I believe what what the TVPs have done is a misplay in the sense that it telegraphs the position. This is why sometimes the caps can really lose you the game. They don't always win you the game. So if you capture a base and if your tank spots on the other side, that means you are spread out and you are having a tank disadvantage, especially where the Serenity tanks are positioned. Thank you, Nephilforce. Hope you enjoyed this one. Meanwhile, we also have what do we have? Oh yeah, I've changed the time. So it should be right now. Here we go. So that means I think Thomas Peterson didn't do a good job tonight. I don't think he got a lot of correct results tonight. I think what they got correct is the outcomes. Some of the outcomes are correct, but a lot of wrong outcomes for Thomas Peterson, and I don't think he will. It will be proud for that. But yeah, this is the NA bracket. This is the games I'll be following later tonight. In around would say 5 hours. Hello, Timex. How you doing? But then, thank you very much for watching. I'll be streaming, having a very short stream tomorrow, only following the lower bracket 3rd round. And that will be a very short stream, but I hope you enjoy tonight's commentary. I hope you have a nice evening, and this is all for me. Good night, all, and goodbye. Mm-hmm.